What a terrific celebration. You know, I often say, don't ever give up, don't ever give in, but after listening to Yolanda Adams, God, there were some nights there in the hospital when I couldn't sleep and I was in terrific pain. I wish I had her speed dial. I just could call her up and she could sing to me. That was unbelievable. Terrific. But these two gentlemen, these are my miracle workers. P and Q, Dr. Pomeragio, my leukemia doctor, Dr. Quasselbach, my stem cell doctor. They are unbelievable people. And I thank you guys both so much. When they asked me to be here, I said, it's up to you guys. You gotta get me ready. And they said, we will. We had faith in them. I underwent my third stem cell transplant this summer. And here I am, you know. After all we've been through, my bride, 14 years, Stacy here, we're happy to be anywhere. Like there's no place we'd rather be than right here tonight. I got a little worried when we were talking about 75th anniversaries and celebrations, and Secretary of State, former Senator James Baker, started talking about another celebration, another anniversary. And this was a company I was thinking about. It started 75 years ago, just like MD Anderson. They had a lot of visionary people, humble beginnings. They took the company all the way to the top, where it is now recognized by people of all ages, all corners of the globe, as the most successful product of its kind anywhere. And I wanted to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the M&M Company. 75 years old today. Doesn't quite match up to the Marine Corps, so I'm glad you got that in there. But my daughter Riley, 11 years old, wanted me to share that with you. There's another celebration over 70 years in the making. The popularity of W. All year long, most recently last several weeks, every newspaper in the country, every television station, and particularly in my room on the 18th floor, there have been flags and pennants waving with W. It's been over 70 years in making. But yes, after 70 years, my Chicago Cubs.
Yeah!
They made it to the World Series, and they won it. You know, when we were going through our first stem cell transplant in Atlanta, and I had a relapse, and they couldn't get me into remission. They gave me a couple weeks, a couple months to live, and we refused to give up. And so we did some research. We found, I'd heard of MD Anderson before. We realized this is the best place on the planet to go to be treated. And as we came here, it was on May 6th, 2014. Never been here before. But as we stepped on the campus, we were amazed, excuse me, and totally impressed with what we found. As Rabbi Sugarman explained, it doesn't just go from the top, it goes throughout. There's something that permeates on this campus of everybody that works here that makes you feel like, yes, they are the best there is, and they will get you cured. For me, it goes from the top with Dr. DePino throughout the entire building and buildings to everybody involved, all the way through even to the cafeteria, Cafe Anderson. There was a sweet Ethiopian woman named Jeanette. I walked in there the first time and she recognized me. And her son said if I was ever there to buy me dinner. So she looked at me, and I guess she looked heavier on TV or something. And she said, "Oh, you're so skinny." She goes, "You look malnutrition. I have to feed you." Now, I've run probably over 50 10Ks and half marathons. I haven't won any. It's always the Ethiopians and the Kenyans. Much better athletes. But when an Ethiopian woman tells you
You look
you look
skinny.
skinny, malnutrition, you better pay attention and get something to eat. So, she's been sneaking food up to me, and she's been taking care of me as well. And those sponsors of you who have donated your time and your money to this tremendous facility, now you know where much of your money goes. Because I was in the hospital continuously for over 85 days. We ate like we did tonight every night. It was terrific. But I just want to say that MD Anderson is a place that's dear to my heart. It's kept me alive. And you know, you wonder, what do you do when you're in the hospital for 85 straight days over 12 weeks? Same hospital room, same bed. And people would come in, I'd be watching Gunsmoke or Andy Griffith, but also just at times just thinking. And they go, how can you stare at four walls for that long a period of time? But I wasn't just staring, I was thinking. You know, time may seem like it's an endless supply. It cannot be bought. It cannot be waged with God. Time is simply how you live your life. And I didn't want my life to be idle during that time. So I wrote a book. The book came out Tuesday. There's other announcements and news on Tuesday, so you may have missed it. But it came out Tuesday.
Good timing.
It's called Living Out Loud. I wrote it. I wrote it with my son, Craig Jr., who's now 28. He was my donor for the first two stem cell transplants I went through. Now, I don't have time tonight to tell you what MD Anderson means to me. But if you pick up the book, it is filled with stories about how grateful our entire family is to this wonderful, wonderful organization and place, not only of healing, of treatment, but of saving lives. And I thank you tremendously from the bottom of my heart for everything that all of you have done to keep me alive today. is my story. It's what I represent. That is what Yolanda talked about, never giving up and never giving in. With Sports Illustrated, the ESPY Award, the Vice President Joe Biden, I had the honor that he introduced me. To the other outlets of people who want to hear my story, if I can help just a few people in this fight against this terrible disease called cancer, then it has been worthwhile and worth it. We get requests quite often from radio stations, TV stations, newspapers, and others who want to do stories. For the release of the book, I now have 23 lined up in the next week. Throughout those interviews, they often want to hear from my doctors. They are terrific. Now, Dr. P, he's a little different. At first, we wondered, well, are they going to have time? Are they going to want to do it? Oh my, did he jump in the opportunity. Now, we don't even have to tell him the call letters or where it is. He only has one question. What time will the makeup girl be there? So we've become a team. We are spreading the word together. These two brilliant doctors and this sideline reporter who refuses to give in, refuses to give up. I'd like to be like them. They want to be like me. So, if you're going to be like me, you got to dress like me.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that. Oh my gosh, he's going to give them a jacket. Wow. That's awesome. He has more.
My coats are usually one of a kind. We had two made.
Oh, you kidding?
Thank you very much.